period to nurturing our inner well-being. We are honored to have an expert in the field of inner wellness, Mr. Ravi Ravi, who will be guiding us on a transformative journey towards a healthier, happier, and a more harmonious inner self. Before introducing you about the speaker, I would like to thank the 91 Springboard team for the cooperation in facilitating the event. Mr. Ravi Ravi, our distinguished speaker, is an accomplished practitioner in the realm of inner wellness, a growth coach, a TEDx speaker, an author. His mission is to guide the individuals and business leaders to personal excellence. When not coaching, he conquers the marathons, driven by the belief that we will have untapped potential. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Ravi Ravi for taking the time to join us and share his profound vision. We are indeed fortunate to have you here today. Let us make the most of this opportunity to explore our inner landscapes, learn, and grow together. I hope you found this session enriching and enlightening. Without further ado, I would like to call Mr. Ravi Ravi to the stage. And I ask all of you to give him a warm and enthusiastic welcome.
Thank you so much. So one kind request for all of you, since we're like this small audience, why don't you all come closer? A lot of this empty chairs give me a lot of stress. In my mental wellness, we go for tasks. So come closer, everyone. I think we all know each other, right? Just come closer. Make it a compact group. Yeah. So absolutely no empty spots in the row. Bring your chairs closer. It's not like no 1 hour distance is done. So yeah, make it small. Come close. Yeah, because it's going to be a close knit session. So I want you guys to come close. Feel comfortable. All right. Am I audible? Good, I am. Right. So, how many of you are aware about your mental fitness? If I were to ask a simple question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fit are you mentally? How many of you are between, okay, 10 being the highest, in the range of 5 to 7? How many of you are in the range of 5 to 7? 5 to 7? So, alright, we have some 5 to 7. And how many of you are in the 8? Mentally fit like 8? So 1 in the 8. Anybody 9 and 10? So we have one gentleman 9 and 10. Anybody less than 5? So for all the newcomers or the latecomers, whatever you want to call it, my name is Ravi, and today I'm going to share about my own journey about how being a little more mentally fit can help us succeed better. Do you all agree with this? That a mentally strong mind can help us be better? How many of you agree? Can I have show of hands? Come on, can you put your hand up like properly? Yeah, that's good. You guys need some bit of stretching. Stretch it, tight. Check it. That's the mic down. First of all, you guys can smile, relax. The next 60 minutes, we'll have a nice session, right? But for that, you need to be open to learn and listen. Are you ready for that? Else, it's going to be waste of my 60 minutes and waste of your 60 minutes. Do you agree? So just be calm, composed, have an open mind. Very rarely do we get to talk on topics which generally we don't listen. How many of you know Telugu here? Majority. Oh, very good. So today morning I went to buy a pack of cigarette and I asked this guy, Anna, pareshan aithe em chestavu? I asked him, if you are like really stressed out, what do you do? घर जाके दारू पीऊंगा. A lot of them, a lot of people, whether it was the guy selling cigarettes to people in the senior management positions, when I casually asked them this question, hey, Justin, what are you going to do? Some guys say, hey, I'm looking forward for Friday, I'm going to hit the bar, have a drink, relax. How many of you do that? So relaxation, this is the go-to thing for most of us, yes or no? Yeah, so we look forward for Fridays so that we probably catch up either with friends or have a drink and relax, right? You need to interact with me, right? Yes or no? If it's no, that's fine. You can say no. So today we'll talk about intentional leadership and wellness and growth. Because a mind that is very well sorted can give you tremendous growth. Agree? So we're going to talk about that. Can you move to the next slide, please? That's me. And for the last 15 years, I have worked with organizations. Some of them are mentioned here. So my passion or my obsession has been the personal growth. Somewhere when I was growing up, I heard this phrase, we are not trees, हम पेड़ तो नहीं हैं, that to be fixed, we can move, we can explore, we can figure out ourselves. So that's what growth is all about. Growth is about movement, growth is about exploring, growth is about having the courage to go inside and ask those tough and deep questions to figure out who you can be. Making sense? If it's not making sense, just say, if you have a question, please put your hand up. Right? So, a lot of times, two people, I'm sure, if you go back to your school or college days, two people from the same college, born almost in the same year, if you look them after 15 years, one would be massively successful and one not so successful. Have you seen such cases? Everything is the same. They got same education, almost same economical background, scored the same amount of marks, but one goes on at a very higher level and the other cannot. Now this is something which kept me driving, and I heard this story. And when I say this story, probably you will guess who is the lady that I'm talking about. Her mother gave her birth when she was 13 years. Her mother was 13 years old when this lady was born, and she gave birth when she was 13 too. But that was not a successful birth. The child died immediately after pregnancy. And this lady, this incredible lady, was a lady of color. She was a black American. What can, we are all probably much more blessed than her. She has been abused physically, mentally, sexually at that age where discrimination was high. She didn't know who her father was. And today, she's recognized as one of the most influential people on this planet Earth. Can anybody guess who she is? Yeah? Yeah. That's right. She's Oprah Winfrey. What a story. I can't even think of how somebody, when thrown so many obstacles, can still become so successful. You're getting me? I mean, we are all better off than her, right? Right or wrong? Yet, we do have a lot of stress that we have to deal with in ourselves. No matter whether the obstacle is big, like what Oprah went through, God forbid we should not go through that. However, unfortunately in India, we do not have the opportunity, the platform, nor did our parents guide through what mental well-being is all about. Mental is taken with a sense of, pretty mental, this Japanese mental pain is not just alright. It's a very derogatory term. Do you guys agree? Are you guys with me so far? Yeah? So I'm going to share a lot of practical things probably that you can apply in your life to become a little better than what we are today. Going good so far? Yeah? Right? Nobody's sleepy, right? So, Sharon, can you just distribute these sheets of paper? One for each. So, how many of you exercise regularly? Okay, not regularly. Okay. Okay, once in a week, how many of you exercise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe about 6 of you. What about others? What do you guys do? Yearly once. Okay. When did you last exercise? When you were in school? Everybody played in school? Right? Obviously, we all have played in school. Now, listen to me carefully right now. We all know how our body looks like when you look in front of a mirror, right? So you know whether you have biceps, triceps, family pack, six pack, seven pack, we know that. How do we look at? But is there a mirror to look inside your brain, inside your mind? Unfortunately, no. And today, if you want to live a life with less stress, with much more peace and a calm mind, you need to understand about mental wellness. That is the reason this is one of the most in demand subjects on this planet right now. How many of you have faced stress in your life? Tell me. Do you have stress in your life? Yeah, we all have, right? We all have stress. It is how do we deal with that stress makes us different. 99.99% of people do the escape way of dealing with stress. Either they drink, either they become lazy, either they binge eat, binge eating, we binge eat, we also binge watch, right? Series after series. How many are Netflix fans here? We switch on the TV and we don't know. It's just passively we are consuming content. We all go through that phases. There's nothing wrong. I did that too. How many of you did that? Yeah? So binge watch? Or did you binge watch any kind of series after series? The full series, right? Without even knowing that's how it's designed. But today, we will take this opportunity because 2023 is coming to an end. Probably it's a good time to relook at how your mental state of mind is. Your brain gets distracted. There's some noise and everybody turned in. Right? That's how our lives are. It is full of distractions. The more the distractions, what happens? Where does your energy go? Towards distraction. Uh, if I ask you guys to check your internet usage on your mobile phone, on Instagram, on an average, every Indian spends close to 90 minutes on social media every day. I don't have to ask you guys to put your hand up, but I'm sure 80% of the room does this. Yes? Yeah? It is 90 minutes. Okay, let me discount. 1 hour every day? So 1 hour every day is how many hours in a week? Simple math, it's 7 hours. That is one full working day. So that's 4 days to 5 days in a month. For math's sake, let me just put the number at 5. Okay? So we are mindlessly scrolling. Just open the Instagram reels, what happens? What happens? What do we do? Scroll. I mean, if I look at anybody's phone, I will know where exactly the scroll mark is. Right? So what is happening here? What's happening? Can anybody tell me? When we scroll, what happens to our brain? Think and tell me. Because it's super important and it is connected to what we are talking today. What happens when you scroll mindlessly? You're consuming a lot of information, that's right. What else? The urge to do more? Brilliant. So we are consuming a lot of information. I'm going to write it down because this is important. So we all agree that we do 90 minutes of mindless. I'm deliberately using the word mindless because it is indeed mindless scrolling. How many of you in this room agree with this point? That's right, majority. Thank you for being honest. Because that's the first step for your wellness, for your growth, for your betterment. Acknowledging yourself that yes, I am doing this wrong is the first step. Look to your left, look to your right, give each other a high five. Yeah, just look to your partner, give your high five, give a high five. Come on. Yeah? For this wonderful 90 minutes spending of mindless time, now give each other a high five saying that you are going to make this correction. Just give a high five to each other on your left and right. Yeah? So 90 minutes is 1.5 hours into 7 days is how much? Close to 10 plus hours every week. Into 4 weeks is 40 hours. Into 12 months is about how much is 12 for? 500 hours approx. So 500 hours divided by 8 working hours a day, how much is it? It's about 60 days roughly. So I'm just rounding off. So that's 60 days of mindless consumption of crack. The moment you do that, every scroll is for about 2 seconds, 3 seconds, right? You consume. Now your brain, while it's good, it is also horribly bad. I like a word. What is it? Can you all say it? Pattern. What is the pattern? What's the pattern? Which we follow. Anybody else? What's the pattern, man? What do you understand by a pattern? Something that goes again and again. You guys need to talk to me. What's the pattern for you? Repetition. What happens if we keep doing this for so many hours? What does pattern lead to? Brilliant. You guys need to be able to say it, not me. An old habit die 2 months. Nobody is paying you. Slowly, your health is being paid for your mental health. Now, it is a choice that we all have. Does your dad tell you to scroll for 90 minutes a day? Does your boss tell you? But we all scroll, right? 60 days in 1 year. And yet when I ask people, do you exercise? They say, maybe once in a year, because I don't have time. This is a little hard talk, but I want you to impress upon the point that we can make time if we want to make time. And if you want to become, how many of you want to become better? Can I have show of hands? How many of you want to be a bit better? Right? You see, everyone, not a single exception. That's why you are sitting in the room and somebody who has been invited has not turned up because you have invested in yourself these 60 minutes. Now make the most of it. I would urge to relook at these numbers. Can you all do that? It is difficult. It is super difficult. It's not easy because it is already a habit. Now you need to break this habit. What do you need to do? You need to break this habit. How do you do that? Can anybody give me a good solution? How do you do that? Yeah, that's a good way. So it's called habit stacking. So you can stack it with a good habit. What else can be done? It is very difficult if you tell you to switch off your phones. I'm sure nobody will do. But చెప్తాడని వింటారా? Huh? That's why your brain reads. It will tell you to mindlessly scroll. So we'll come back to that again. You can just move on to the next slide, please. Okay, another slide. I spoke about. Yeah, so today, in fact, I read this somewhere on the internet. Somebody forwarded a beautiful email by James Clear. It said this: an entrepreneur's mind, an athletic body, and an artistic soul. And I rightly connected right into it. If I had to define myself, those are the three words that I put against myself. So I'm an entrepreneur by heart, that's what my mind is. It's always looking for new things, new creative ideas. I love being physically fit, that's what me and Sharad connected. And the artistic side of my thing in my life has never existed for a very long time. I always used to think, what is this? People going to museums, it's very boring. But there's a beauty to it. I am exploring that side of my life right now. So as I said earlier, we need to understand what is our obsession. You need to be supremely obsessed with things other than scrolling. Because this is a subconscious pattern that you have formed. Now if you figure out something that you are obsessed, and out of all of you, I know Sharad personally because he plays, what does he play? Cricket. He plays 3 matches a day. He's like obsessed. I've seen him play 2 matches, running from one end of the city to the other end of the city to the other end of the city, like everywhere. Now you need to be madly obsessed about something that will keep you active. Something, whatever it can be. It can be cricket, it can be anything but using your phones. You need to be supremely obsessed about it. When I say obsession, what is the first word that comes to your mind? What does obsession mean? Can anybody answer? What does obsession mean? Addiction? Yes, in a rightful manner. Addicted for something that can drive you in the morning. How many of you dated in your life? How many of you have gone on a date? Come on, yeah. Hello. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's good. So when it was your first date and if the girl says, hey, meet me at 5 o'clock in the evening, you're like restless, right? Oh my god, I need to be at 5 o'clock. You keep seeing your watch. Every time your mind is like always working. Because you're obsessed about that particular moment which can make your life beautiful with the woman or the man of your choice, right? That's what your oxygen should be. It should be like meeting your first love. Always be excited, supremely excited. And if you are able to figure that out, what is that obsession? Of course, you are not working, that's great. But apart from work, if you want to have a solid, mentally well balanced life, you need to be obsessed about something that will drive you crazy, just like your first love. Making sense? If you do not have that, there's something wrong with you. I'm giving it to you in writing. If you're not obsessed other than your work, your mental state of health is not good. That's a red flag. That's a big red flag. Do you understand what a red flag is? What's a red flag? What does it indicate? Sorry? Something's wrong. Danger. If you are not obsessed in life, there is something terribly wrong. Figure out what your obsession is. It can be music. What else can it be? It can be travel. It can be indulging in some sport. What else? Name some obsessions. Come on, name some obsessions. I've given you a few clues. What can your obsessions be? Dancing, fantastic. Workout, brilliant. What else can obsessions be? Any sport? Absolutely anything that drives you. So write it down somewhere in your mind that you will figure out what your obsession is and chase that obsession. Just like your, come on, don't be shy. Your first love. It has to be so exciting that you will set your alarm at 5 o'clock, you'll get up at 4:55. Were there days in your life where you set alarm in the morning at 5 o'clock, but you got up before the alarm? Right? This is what I have realized in my life when I spoke to people, when I interviewed people, when I've seen people. These are the people who have achieved massive success because they're obsessed. And every discipline, every small discipline leads to a bigger discipline. Now listen to this statement from me very, very carefully. Okay? Listen to this. The way you do anything is the way you do. Can somebody complete the sentence? The way you do anything is the way you do every goddamn thing on this planet. It doesn't take a lot of time for me to know each and every person. Whatever you do, how you place your pen, to how do you write, to how is your day, that's good enough. If you want to have a great mental health, improve on small things, build obsession. These are the stepping blocks of success. Does it make sense? Or are you guys sleeping? No? So we'll do a small activity. Can you just give me a sheet of paper? And the next slide, please. Next slide. No slide. Okay, yeah. So it's all about you now. Alright? Next slide. Okay. Yeah. So hang me. Right. So do you all have a piece of paper with you? Everybody? Keep your phones aside, just keep your hands free. If you have phones, and keep them down, totally down. And everybody has a sheet of paper? Come, grab a sheet of paper. So you also have paper, right? Alright, brilliant. So now my expectation right now, I'm going to share my expectation. Your piece of paper should look exactly like mine. Is it looking? Yeah. So now I'm going to give you some simple instructions. Otherwise, understand? So I'm going to give you some simple instructions. At the end of my instructions, your piece of paper should look exactly like my piece of paper that I have holding in my hand. Clear? Okay, alright. Very good. So everybody fold the paper into half and done. Fold the paper into half. Just take the top right corner and just throw it away. Top right corner of your paper and just put it down. Just take the top right corner down. Done? Everybody done? Right? Now fold it once again. Everybody folded? Now top left corner, just take top left corner once again. Just throw it away. Top left corner, done? Everybody done? Done, 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 done. Done, 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 done. Okay, now fold it once again. Top right corner. Please take your top right corner. Done? Everybody done? Alright. Everybody done, right? So what were the three things that we did? We folded once, we told the top, right? We folded, then we told the top left. We folded again, then we told the top right. Brilliant. Now, hold on, don't open it yet. Let me just open. So what's the expectation? Your piece of paper should look exactly. Can submit? Can you all? Oh my God. Ah, look around. Look around. Can you all look around? Can you do the same instruction? That's three. That's three. This is two. That's like me. Almost we have like 5, 6 designs in the house, right? Instructions were how come it's different? What happened? What happened? Different perspective, same instructions, different outcome, right? Now you're all working on the client side as well. How you all interact with the client? This is exactly what happens. The client says something, everybody listens, and you are telling us something else. And you all go to the meeting very confident. Wow. Like now, what is it? 70 hours I have. How many? And the client says, show me one of you that is different than this. Yeah, open it. Can you give this? Alright. So, this is what the client wanted. And we have three teams which were one was this, one was this, this is the best. From no hole to one hole to two hole. Anybody else? Good. This was a very light-hearted activity. But imagine if it was a real project. We all learned the same instruction, but the end product is totally different. Then it happens. Does it happen? If not, it will surely happen. And then what happens? What happens? People smoke their so we all get tensed up and worked out here. Same set of instructions and different results. That's how life is. Consider this as a metaphor. Whether you're in a relationship, whether it's a client, work relationship or anywhere, until and unless we re-clarify things, we end up thinking that we have put in our best effort, but the result might differ. And this happens day in and day out. And what happens to your brain? It goes under. Yes. Your stress levels increase. I'm wearing a different watch. So if you actually wear a sports watch, it actually shows your stress levels. But we don't really need a sports watch to know our stress level. Sharat, can you just turn the next slide, please? Can you move to the next slide? Yeah, just Sharat. So that's what it is all about. We need to understand how do we handle this. Making sense? Yeah? Now that's when we go back to this. Because we are stressed, this is the easiest thing. We want to share WhatsApp message, but immediately we go to Insta and post a photograph from the washroom or in my gym, and I will keep saying how many of them have liked, how many of them have commented. Subconsciously. You don't want to do it, but you're doing it. Now I'm going to tell you why are you doing it. Can you go to the next slide? Can you go to the next slide? Yeah, hang on here. Can you read this? What is this? What this? Do you understand what thriving means? What does thriving mean? If you don't know, I'll tell you. That's okay. Do you know this word? Everybody know? What's survival? To live. If you don't survive, then what do you do? You're dead. There's no more. If you don't survive, then we die. How many of you disagree with this statement? Do you all agree? If we don't survive, we die. And that's exactly what does our brain do? Find ways to. Okay, it did target problem. Let's say, okay, if I do it. Was there any instruction? It's subconscious because you want to not get hurt. You want to survive. That's a small example. When you keep getting things after things after things, then you're always trying to survive. Now, listen to me for a few minutes because this is super important and it took me a lot of years to understand this. And this, if you are able to pick up one thing from today's session, this has to be the thing. There is something called the reptilian brain. Forget the term, I'll tell you what it is. When human beings, what were they earlier? They were called cavemen or early men. Where were they? Inside? Gufa mein, caves. Do you all know that? That's how evolution started, right? So what was the biggest threat back then? Animals. So if you come out of the cave like a hero, what will you do? Something will eat you up. You will die. So the early man, our brain developed so that we have to survive. That's why it was called survival of the fittest. That was the DNA, that was how it was formed. So our brain mentally it is tuned to survive. So you're always, when you're surviving, what happens? Your anxiety level, what happens to your anxiety level? अरे मेरा नौकरी रहेगा कि नहीं? What happens? Will you able to sleep properly? No. If you are not in a happy relationship, you're always under stress. Because you're constantly, if you're not taking care of your mental health, you're always in the mode of what survival does to your brain is it only focuses on ensuring that your heart rate is stable. Because it's always getting hyper, anxious. You're in a hyper mode. Then what happens? When you're traveling on the road and somebody by mistake touches your car, what happens? In 9 out of 10 cases, what happens? How many of you say प्यार से कोई बात नहीं है घर में दिन I get it done. It's a fight, right? Do you all agree? Is it worth it? People get killed. I'm sure you must have read stories of road rage. It is all because we are constantly in the mode of survival. Because it wants to protect you. And that is, if you have such instances in your life, you are in a survival state. We need to move from survival to thriving. This is when opportunities happen to you. You must have known some people are good at attracting opportunities, attracting luck, right? That's nothing but they moved away from survival. They can see opportunities better because their brain is in a better shape to respond to opportunities, while people who are in the survival state cannot. Making sense? Do read about it. I'm going to share some notes with you guys. Just read. Your journey, if you are obsessed with something good in life, if you break this pattern, you will move from this level to. And you all said that you want better lives, right? Your better life, I can give it to you. Writing will not happen when you are in this mode. It will only be miserable, you will be fighting, you will be unhappy, you will not know what's happening. You have to smash this out and get into thriving. Thriving means prospering. That is when the relationships are happier. If you're mentally happy, you have a great relationship at home. You can become a great father, great mother, great brother, great sister, great friend. Else it's all bickering. Always fight. You know, some families always fight. They're constantly fighting. Because there's always survival in one form or the other. So these are all red flags. Because your mental health is getting affected. When you all want to lead a better life, have a great job, earn more, perfectly fine. All those things will happen if you shift this from here to here. So quickly, I think we are almost out of time. Next 5, do we all have 5 minutes? So I want to share a few practical tips so that you can immediately start applying them in your life to get into the zone of thriving. You want to get into that zone? How many of you can I have a show of hands? Brilliant. Next slide, please. Next slide. I know we'll come back to that. So we're gonna look at those practical tools to live a full life. How many of you want to live a full life that is happy, that is successful, and that is of less stress? How many of you? Nice. Can we move to the next slide? So perfection. You need to get rid of this word called perfection in your mind. Because to be honest, you know it's fear. What is fear? You're down. What? You're down what? A ball. Yeah. Globe kind of thing. That's a spear. We have not been able to produce a perfect spear so far. There is no perfect spear on the earth. Nobody has done it 100%. Go do it, it's fascinating. We've still not been able to make a mold of perfect sphere. There's always some deformity here. In search of perfection, our stress levels increases. So it is okay to be 80 to 85% right. If you want to start a new project, if you want to be better at your mental health, if you want to start a new obsession, let's say, if you want to do workout, what is the perfect gym? What is the perfect time? It will never happen. More than a good hour. All the stars will not align. It's okay. Just go walk outside. Start somewhere. Whether it is your project work, whether it is design work, whether you want to start writing, talking to somebody, there is never a perfect time. This is a falsehood. This will always keep you in the, what was it down in the earlier slide? Which mode? Survival. That will never happen. Just push it. It's okay. If it backfires, it will come back and you will make it better. So avoid perfection. We do not have the luxury of being perfect. You need to deliver what is required and then iterate on it. Next slide, please. Next slide. So what's this? Single tasking. Because nowadays, what do we do? We all multitask. Okay, now be honest with me. I swear, you guys need to be honest. How many of you eat food? Everyone, right? Yeah, obviously. Dinner के time में क्या करते हो? Or lunch? What is the first thing that you do? Come on, tell me. Something is going into your mouth. You're watching something else. You're thinking about something else. Right? Does it happen? You don't know what you are eating. You don't even recollect what you are watching. You're thinking about your office. You're eating something, you're watching something, you're thinking something. So what happens to your brain? It gets disturbed. The right word here is, okay, how many of you drive a car or a bike? What if the tires are in different directions? क्या होगा? गाड़ी तो फर्स्ट क्लास है भाई एकदम, but if the tires are not aligned, what happens? Accident, you can die. First thing is your tires will get, what will happen to your tires? They will get worn out. Your life will get worn out if you start doing multitasking. When you are doing something, just shift. It's a big myth. The entire corporate world, everybody has started to think about multitasking. Do this. No, we can't multitask. People who say they are good at multitasking, they are good at lying. There is no such thing called multitasking. Come back to single tasking. If you're eating food, enjoy your meal. If you have with your girlfriend, wife, or anybody be with them, don't think something else. What will happen to the relationship? Task. तुम तो मेरे बात सुनते नहीं, कैसे सुनेगा, मतलब कुछ और सोच रहा है. How many of you are in a relationship, married or otherwise? Your partner will have said this. You don't listen to me, right? Why? Because they're not present. When we are not present, we go into the survival mode. Next slide, please. Makes sense? Relationship. So when you're big in relationship, how many of you understand what vulnerability? Being vulnerable means being open. Where it is okay to cry, where you can do a heart-to-heart conversation. This is super important for a mentally strong life. You need to have friends or a relationship where you can be vulnerable, where you can be, what does authentic mean? Be yourself. Be yourself. नहीं तो भाई तूने कौन सा बाइक खरीदा, मैंने ये खरीदा, which lipstick खरीदा, and it's not materialistic. Do you think such friendship exists? somebody who can, what's that? Question you. If your friends do not question you, they are not the right friends. Do you agree? And unfortunately, we lose track of these things because 99% of time these are our childhood friends, where we can be vulnerable, where we can be authentic, where we can who can. तो ऐसा कर रहा है. In office, very rarely do we have such friends. So the responsibilities of you to ensure and don't look at all these three things in one person. That's a mistake that most of us do. I have done, I'm sure you must have done. It's okay to have different friends, friends who can question you, some friends where you can be authentic with, some friends who can be vulnerable. If we have all in one friend, great. But it's okay to have different set of friends where one can challenge you, one can be something else, one can be something else, so that your mental balance is intact. Make sense? Next one, please. We also need to relax. Right? Take time out. Understand. Now here, let's go to the next one. So this 4 and 5 are little interrelated. I'm going to tell you why. Most of us, when we think of relaxing, we tend to do escaping. Why do we watch TV? We keep hearing this, right? I want to forget the world. It's okay to drift sometimes. Okay, there's nothing wrong in that. I do, each one of us. But that should not be the main thing. Figure out ways where you can elevate your life. So there's entertainment versus education. If somebody is interested in sports, you're obsessed about sports, what are you going to read about? Sports. That's why oxygen is super important. Otherwise, you will be bullshitting your life. You'll only be scrolling. You will think that you're relaxing. Because unfortunately, that's how social media even works. For you to elevate your life, you need to figure out your oxygen. Making sense? All this is, these are all practical tools. You need to write it down. Am I elevating my life or am I escaping? Ask this question. Ask this question for yourself. Now, life in 5 years, is it going down? If it's going down, then you are doing the wrong thing. And if you keep doing the same thing again and again, what are you doing? Lying to yourself. Between lying and flying, there is only air. That's different. So if you want to fly in life, don't fly in life. Again, patterns, habits, behaviors. Very, very difficult to break if you don't take charge of your life. Everybody on this page? Some of you are sleepy, but bear with me. This is, even if you pick up one thing from the room today, your tomorrow will be better than today, for sure. Next one, please. Make time for yourself. Do this. Even if it's for 5 minutes, start doing it. And exercise doesn't mean only your physical body. You can work on your breathing. You can do meditating for your exercise. So while you exercise for your body, you also need to exercise your brain. Keep it sharp. Now listen to this carefully. Your body has a guarantee. How many of you are under 30 years? Okay, about 50%. So Bhagwan, God gives us guarantee or warranty card for life for only 30 years. 30 में जो भी करे you'll be all right. But if you want an extended warranty of life, you need to do all these things. Else after 30, life starts. You will not even know when you start going down. And that's when what happens? What crisis hits? There's a beautiful term. Midlife crisis. Because again, crisis is survival. So if you want an extended warranty of life, people who are about to reach 30s, just focus so that you can extend. जो लोग already 30 cross हो गए are not doing, it's a red flag. Buy that extended warranty. जैसे for cars we buy right an extended warranty. Buying means you need to buy time, things that are breaking these patterns you need to break, make more time. You're losing 60 days. Let's work on this. The next one is volunteering. When we are helpless, we need to help. This was the reason why I started volunteering. And this line changed my life. I was in a helpless situation, and somebody said to me, when you are helpless, help. Not when you make a lot of money. No. When you are helpless, we all will go through helpless situations. But if you have a mind which can thinking to help others, even when you are helpless, it is pure magic. I can just talk on this topic for 2 days continuously. It is so powerful. How many of you understand the power of volunteering? It is extremely powerful. It does a lot of good to your brain, lot of positive oxytocin, lot of hormonal releases happen. Are these easy things to do? The 7 things? Just pick up one thing from these 7 things and start practicing. I'm not telling you to do all the 7 things. Do one thing. As I said, single tasking, you don't have to do 7 things. Just pick up one thing so that you can live a life of your dreams. You can live a life that you always want to live. And you can live a life which is healthy. And when you do all these things, it will bring you success, you will be better, and you will also be very happy. So that's it from me. Hope you had a good time. And before I end, I just want to do a small recap. Do you all have pens and papers with you? Pens? Nobody has pens? Okay, don't worry. Everybody has a phone? How many of you are on LinkedIn? Very good. So, okay, I'm not going to do it immediately. I'm going to write a post on LinkedIn and probably one of your team members will circulate that post. You guys to go and comment on that. Can you do that? Will you do that? Because believe me, what gets written gets done. And that is the commitment that I want from you guys. Will you commit to that? I'll write a small post, recap this thing, so that you will have it there. Go up there and commit yourself. Tell the world one thing that you have learned today that you are going to implement. Because when you publish it up, you are being responsible for your own self. If you don't, you will lose it. But if you do that, you are dropping an anchor in your brain. Will you all do that? Perfect. So I'm gonna just probably take a video. I can go into the session. So I'm gonna take one. Sorry. So I'm going to actually record it so that I have a visual proof that you're committing to doing what we have learned. So is there a commitment from you guys? Yeah? Awesome. So last 5 minutes, quickly ask you a few questions. Right? Anybody can just share. What have you learned? What did you learn today? What are you going to do? Single tasking, amazing. So that's strike that word. Anybody else want to share? Out of the 7 things that we have covered, single tasking, lovely. That's the first one. Wow. Anybody else? Sorry? Exercise. Lovely. Do that. What else? Come on,
Habit stacking. Habit stacking.
Habit stack. Habit stacking. Great. Just cut this out of your life. It's going to be beautiful. You will take out 90 minutes extra. It's very difficult, very painful. It's like coming out of an addiction. Alcoholics, right? They can't stop. Exactly, phone addiction is like that. You will feel restless. So when you feel that restlessness, go for a run, go for a walk. Just do that. I urge you, I promise you, and I beg you to take these steps. Because if you want to lead a rich, happy, and a fulfilled life, you have to do it. You have to break this goddamn pattern to lead the life of your dreams so that not only you are happy, but you can make the workplace happy, your family happy, and that's the contribution that you can do to make this world a better place to live. Else, we're gonna die, end up in a road rash somewhere. So move out of the survival zone, get into the thriving zone. That's when opportunities open up. That's when life opens up. That's when you are going to meet some amazingly brilliant people in your life. Will you all do that? Great. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure interacting and talking with you. Thanks, Jared, for this opportunity. Oh, I got a lot of messages. Was it?
We are continuously checking that.
It is with immense gratitude and a profound sense of fulfillment that I stand before you, deliver the call of thanks and marking the conclusion of our inner wellness session with the exceptional Mr. Ravi Devi. Thank you once again for enlightening words. Thank you to all the participants and the supporters of this event. We look forward to future sessions and the continuous journey towards the inner wellness. We would also like to thank the Farmers Road Management team, Sahil Singla and Ramesh Nerwal, for their consistent drive to make Farmers Road a great place to work and ensure the holistic and well-being of associates. I will request Ramesh Nerwal to please come on the stage and present the memento to Mr. Ravi Devi. Ravi, please come on. Thank you. Now I'd like to call Sahil Singla on the stage to present the goodies to Ravi.
Thank you, guys.
Also, everyone, refreshments are ready. Please,
All right, guys, let's take a selfie together. We're done with the formalities. So this is a small remembrance that I take for all the people from my entire. Come closer.
Live बंद कर.
One nice big selfie. So this is the pose that I'm going to do on LinkedIn, and you all promise that you're going to come in